Next on Worcester News tonight, a central Massachusetts woman in court today, charged with murder. The new details we're learning. Plus, a Worcester Public Library reading challenge completed almost a month early. We'll tell you how many reading hours participants have logged. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. A trip to Mount Washington for one Worcester woman ends in a nasty way. 38-year-old Natasha Rodriguez was with a friend hiking the mountain when she severely injured her leg on the way down.
Natasha Rodriguez is happy to be home in Worcester after enduring an injury while hiking Mount Washington.
I took a step and my ankle went one way and my leg went the other, and I heard a huge pop.
At first, she was in denial and tried to fight her way down from the summit.
I got up, I fell, I got back up, and when I got back down, because another pop came, I realized I couldn't take the pain and I was in some serious problem.
Doctors believe Rodriguez severely damaged her meniscus or ACL, but she says the outcome could have been a lot worse. She had been on the mountain for more than 8 hours.
I saw the sun kind of like is about to set, so I started getting nervous.
Rescue crews reached Rodriguez roughly 3 hours after fellow hikers placed a 911 call. They reached the bottom just before 2 a.m. Sunday morning.
It was like angels. I was like, oh my God. But it was amazing to see, a team of people to help carry me down that mountain, make sure that I'm safe, worried about them going down safe as well.
Rodriguez says her family is what kept her motivated.
I had to keep on going, so I was going to push myself through. That resilience was like, I got to get down to the mountain, make sure everyone's safe. And my kids were on my mind, my son and my daughter, how I wanted to see them.
3 days later, Natasha says she still has pain when walking, but she's ready to put her accident behind her.
Can't wait to go back to work tomorrow, sit at my desk.
Now, Natasha is set for an MRI later this week to see what damage was actually done to her leg. She says even after this accident, she has another hiking trip planned for next year. Anna?
I'm glad to see she's doing better. Thanks, Cam. A central Massachusetts woman faces murder charges in connection to the death of a Westminster man. Investigators say 21-year-old Julia Enright killed Brandon Chickless at her home in Ashburnham. His remains were found in Rindge, New Hampshire earlier this month. Our Chandler Walsh was in court today and has the story.
Today would have been Brandon Chickless's 21st birthday. His body was discovered by a jogger off of Route 119 in Ridge, New Hampshire, weeks after he was reported missing. Today, a woman charged with his murder was in court. 21-year-old Julia Enright is arraigned in Winchton District Court Tuesday. The Ashburnham woman is charged in the murder of Brandon Chickless. According to Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr., cell phone records led investigators to Enright's home.
Mr. Chickless's cell phone records placed him at 171 Packard Hill Road in Ashburnham, Massachusetts on June 23rd.
This indicates that the phone was either turned off or destroyed.
Prosecutors say Enright admitted the two had been together on the 23rd, but she told police Chickless left to purchase narcotics and never returned. Evidence discovered in a treehouse at Enright's home resulted in her arrest.
It was determined that the victim's blood was present on the stairs leading to the treehouse, on the inside of the treehouse, under the treehouse, and in the defendant's vehicle. It was apparent that the treehouse had recently been cleaned and a new rug had been placed on the floor.
The Worcester District Attorney's Office did not give a motive for Chickless's murder or his relationship with Enright. Chickless was from Westminster. The police chief there says it's a tough case for everyone.
I'm sure it's very difficult for the family, and my heart goes out to them.
Enright is being held without bail. She'll be back in court at the end of July. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The Friendly House is teaming up with Tufts Health Plan to provide families in need with essential baby items. The Friendly House debuted its new diaper pantry Tuesday. It will be open one Thursday a month and allow families to pick up 30 diapers per child. Through an $8,000 donation from Tufts Health Plan, the Friendly House will be able to supply families in need with diapers for the year.
A lot of times low-income families struggle, and kids have to wear a diaper a lot longer than they should. Kids go through, as mothers will know that kids go through a lot of diapers a day, and as a mother, if you can't purchase diapers for your children, you feel bad about it. And so we're happy that we can step in with Tufts and help fill that gap for people.
With this partnership, we really do hope to make this like a program for as long as it can run.
The Friendly House says they are accepting diaper donations. They'll hold their first pantry opening next Thursday, August 2nd. In an effort to encourage people of all ages to read more this summer, the Worcester Public Library is hosting its 2018 summer reading program. Participants are taking it very seriously. How seriously, you ask? Well, the goal was for the group to collectively read for 1 million minutes over a 3-month span. The group achieved this goal on Monday, more than a month early. The library is very excited about the news.
Hoping exactly for this. We have more kids enrolled, more teens enrolled, more people participating at all levels, at all ages, than we have had yet in the summer. So
I would love to keep seeing these numbers grow, and if we could, see another, 100,000 minutes before the end of the summer, that would be great. We want to keep kids, signing up. We want to keep that reading level going.
The group had 2,056 participants. More than 900 were kids. The library says even though they've reached their initial goal, the summer reading program is accepting new participants and will run through August 18th. A Worcester man has published a book teaching kids to respect others as a contribution to anti-bullying efforts. Kevin Dowd is working on his PhD in theology and education and says he did some research on bullying to see what the church and religious community is doing about it. He says he didn't see much happening, so he decided to write a book bringing the Bible and religious perspectives into play. The book is written for parents and teachers working with elementary school kids. Dowd says there are ideas and activities for the classroom or for parents at home.
Payoff for me will be if it translates into helping kids. Kids to develop the skills, to have the character, to really stand up for one another and to not let somebody be picked on, be bullied, be cyberbullied, but to stand together and build those strong bonds.
Teaching Kids to Respect Others is available through 23rd Publications and on Amazon. The City of Worcester's Election Commission announced voting locations for this year's state election. The 5 locations include the Unitarian Universalist Church, the Worcester Senior Center, Worcester Public Library, the Stafford Street Shaw's Supermarket, and Worcester State University. Early voting will take place starting October 22nd and run through November 2nd. The 2018 election will take place Tuesday, November 6th. What would you do with $522 million? You could be facing this question if you win the MegaMillions jackpot tonight. The jackpot grew to this after there were no winners of the top prize Friday. The grand prize is the 5th largest ever for the game and the 11th largest in U.S. history. Tonight's drawing is at 11 p.m. Are the PawSox coming to Worcester? It's been a popular question the past couple of months across the city. And some counselors say even though they haven't seen the proposal, it's looking positive for Worcester. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Wearing a Pawtucket Red Sox hat, City Councilor Gary Rosen says he supports the team coming to Worcester, as long as it's a good deal for the taxpayers.
It would be a terrific thing for Worcester. To me, it would be the biggest project we've ever had, but we don't have all the details. From what I've heard, some of the details, I think it's going to be a proposal that the taxpayers, residential and commercial, are really going to be pleased with.
He says the City Council has not yet seen Worcester's proposal because discussions take time.
There's nothing that's been decided upon. It's not an easy decision for the PawSox to leave their city and especially the state of Rhode Island.
Last month, Rhode Island's governor signed legislation to keep the AAA affiliate in Pawtucket. In it, the PawSox would contribute $45 million to the $83 million project. The state and city would be responsible for the remaining $38 million in bonds. Rosen thinks Worcester's proposal is better and says the team has to make a decision soon.
It takes a lot to design and build a state-of-the-art stadium.
City Councilor Christian King says it's a great opportunity for Worcester, but says the City Council needs to ensure they have appropriate oversight over public dollars.
Hopeful that this process continues and, we'll have details about, exactly what that financing looks like because I believe that the funding sourcing should be such that it enhances the city.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.